What's up, gamers? Today we are going to be showing you all the different types of Skyblock players. The scrubs to the elites, there are many different types and we will be showcasing all of them. We stream, those streams are pretty cool. We get a bunch of people in the VC, we just yell at each other and hang out and play private games and do dungeons. And we stream every Friday and Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Got him. Imagine having Mountain Time. We're such nons.
Okay, boys, so the first type of player, again, we're just going to go through these pretty quickly because we got a lot to cover. But the first type of player is the Endernon. I went to the end and immediately there's two right here, so they're not hard to find. As you can see, they're struggling. They like 5-tap these zealots. They lose health. They're scared to jump off because they might die of fall damage. And let's see this guy. And oh dang, he actually didn't die of fall damage. So yeah, that's basically the Endernon. They just think they're all cool. They're like, oh my god, I just got full Ender armor. They're always a non, as you can see. Both the Endernons I found immediately were both nons, obviously. They're extremely oblivious to their surroundings. I've been following this guy for ages and he doesn't see I'm here. And they're also just very dumb, honestly. Like, what is this man doing? He's just standing here. So that is basically the Endernon in a nutshell.
Alright boys, now we have found ourselves a Jujuan in the natural habitat. As you can see, he's a green Jujuan, and if you look at his bow, it is not maxed whatsoever. It's actually a very ugly bow. And then if you look at his armor, what is that I spy? It's 4-starred, yes sir it is. Not recommed, it's 4-star. Blue whale, not maxed with only 1 pet candy, not 0 and not 10. This man is a Jujuan. 28.8 skill average with the oldest profile dating over a year. That guy is a scrub. God, that guy was such a freaking
Dude, that would be so funny if like any of these people saw our video and they're like, hey, I made the video. They show their friends, their friends are like, dude, you just got clowned on. What do you mean? Alright boys, so the next type of non is what we have right here, the orange non. They think that just because they pay money means that they're not a non, but we all know they're just as much of a non as anyone else except they paid money. So, they're a non, but with an orange name.
And on top of all of that, this actually, I mean, Jujunons are bad. This guy tops it all with his giant Necromancer Lord helmet with Fuming's Wisdom 5 recom. That thing's only worth like 50k. And he has a giraffe pet equipped with a 20% combat XP boost. This man is an easy orange non.
Bro, this guy is such a moron, bro.
Dude,
why do you have a
covered
combat
for
XP boost level 61 giraffe?
This
bad.
guy's gotta have the worst armor set I've ever seen and the worst pet. What is this guy doing, dude? This guy
Dude,
stinks.
this guy is complete loser, bro.
Oh man. Alright boys, so the next stereotype is the makeshift frag bot. And if you don't do frag runs, you have no idea what this means. But basically, whenever you queue for a frag run on floor 1, 2, or 3, and your note is either free carry, which is a blatant lie, or you say frag, and they're just dumb enough to join it, and they join the party, and you warp them into a floor 7. But since they're level 2, they're a level 2 berserker, they can't get warped in. And they stick in the party, and they haven't realized that you've gotten into a floor 7 and you're doing a frag run. So, they're so dumb that it's been about 2 minutes. I mean, they got reaction timing worse than a drunk driver. And you get out of the frag run, and they're still saying in the chat, hey bro, can you go in? And they also happen to have bad line client or something that makes them rejoin, or they're dumb enough to rejoin on their own. And you re-party, and they rejoin, and you just keep going in again and again, and they're just dumb enough to stay in the party. It happens. It's amazing.
Alright boys, so the next type of player is the Pro Sweat. This is your classic sweat who's super good at dungeons. He's like at least cat of 40. He's got like all the best gear in the game, and he's actually like really nice and he's really good at the game and he'll help others. Psych! Those don't exist. Alright, well the actual next one is the Toxic Sweat. That's the person who's really good at the game, over cat of 40. You know, they got their skills really high and they got all the best gear and they're super toxic because apparently if you get good at Skyblock, aka if you waste your life on it, then your ego inflates more than a freaking hot air balloon, and then you're just super toxic. So, yeah.
Alright boys, the next one is the Passive Flexor. So this is either the guy that goes on the AH and puts up some super boom or polished pebble for freaking 2.1 billion coins. You know the type. Just look on the AH, you'll see him. Or what's even better is when they go into a dungeon hub and they say in the chat, "Hey, does anyone have enough essence to 1-star my Terminator, bro?" And if they do have a Terminator, which they probably do because they're flexing their Terminator, they're going to have enough essence. They only need like 100 essence. But they're like, "Does anyone have the collat so they can star my Terminator?" Yeah, freaking flexing. Or like, "Hey, bro, I just found a Necron handle. Does anyone know what to do with this? How much does it go for?" Those guys, the bum skunks.
So the next player is, well, you got it in every game. They're super common. That's just the noob. So, like this guy right here, Punisher Eternal, he's studying the map because he doesn't know what the frick he's doing. He's trying to figure out how to get to the farm. He's running, he thinks he's so fast in his diamond armor with 116 health. And, yeah, that's essentially it. A lot of these guys will be so dumb to be on their island for like the first 4 months before realizing that there's like the hub and everything. And these guys are also very oblivious and dumb. I mean, he didn't notice us following him at all. So yeah, that's your noob in a nutshell.
Alright boys, the next in the evolution cycle of the nons and the scrubs. This one's up there for maybe top worst type of player or most annoying type. And we call it the Bean Jeans. Now, most of you might not know what the Bean Jeans is, unless you're, of course, Bean Jeans. But the Bean Jeans is the dingus who refuses to use AH. He is the guy who they invented Iron Man profiles for, who wants a Terminator and decides, "Hey, I could mine for 600 hours to buy this Terminator, or I could buy it off the AH because I have the money on me." But no, the Bean Jeans, he wants the Terminator. He wants it so very bad, but he wants to drop his own Judgment Core and mine all of his 32 Enchanted Quartz blocks. He must grind it out. It is a necessity. The Bean Jeans will do whatever it takes to get it himself without having to buy it using Bazaar or AH.
So the next type of player is the Sussy Gamer. So in case you're wondering who the Sussy Gamer is, basically they'll have like full storm and hype, and they'll have like a skill average of like 13. Just someone who you look at and you're like, wait a minute, I'm not great at math, but I know that does not add up. And yeah, it's usually pretty obvious, yeah, that they're just a NIRL trader. So yeah, pretty simple.
I'm going to real quick give 2 examples of Sussy Gamers. Number 1, our friend Exerts, he played a floor 4 run, normal floor 4, not M4. A Cata 50 joined. He was like, "We're about to get carried." The Cata 50 did not know secrets, and he died on floor 4. So that's one example. The next one is there was a guy in Refraction stream. His highest crit damage was 8, and yet he had somehow sold 7 Necron handles. So yeah, that's a thing. That man's kind of a Chad. He somehow duped Necron handles.
He sold 7 Necron handles. His highest crit damage is 8. Dude, I could
Like,
do more
bro,
crit
what
damage
is
than that
that?
with a friggin' stick, dude. Alright guys, so next up, I'll be honest, we're somewhat guilty of this, not as much as others, but it's basically the island sweat. So whether this is because they were a noob and didn't realize that they could go to the hub, or they just really like building their island, making things look nice. This is the person who spends way too much time on their island and plays it like Skyblock would be played on any other server, and forget that this is Hypixel Skyblock, which is a whole new breed. So yeah, basically they just hard sweat their island, like whether that is like make full quartz with like rainbow glass all around it or whatever, you know, like the basic like modern look, or if they do what we did, kind of like just a random assortment of cool buildings and stuff. So yeah, just basically people who spend way too much time on their island and not enough time actually playing the game.
Alright boys, so the next one, this is the full sender. These boys are hilarious. 2 examples I can think of off the top of my head are O-Folded and the man himself, Ice Phoenix. So these are the people that will sell their entire net worth, liquidate everything they have to buy one item. So Folded, what he did was he sold pretty much everything he had for an aspect of the Shredded. Frick me, bro, Axe of the Shredded. And so then his friend gives one to him so he can test it, and he decides, ooh, this sucks. So then he bought everything back, and then he sold it again to become Berserker. And then we realized we don't need a Berserker, so he sold it again and became an Archer. This all happened in the course of like 4 or 5 days. So yeah, that's how you lose money.
The full sender. Full send, balls deep.
Like freaking Ice Phoenix, he sees a Yeti sword. Like I can see him with his binoculars, and he's like, "Full send."
So next up is Mr. Suckwad. So the guy Gunnermo was talking about earlier, who is like a cat of 50 and endowed on floor 4. That would be an example. Basically, just someone who has like really good gear and has a really high net worth, but they just suck at the game so bad. Like I'm a little bit like this, except not as extreme. I'm not saying I don't suck. I totally suck butt cheeks, but I'm not like as rich as some of these guys. But they'll be like super rich, and then you're like, dang dude, he's a tank level 37, and he's got like 2 build net worth. He's got a max tank setup. Let's run floor 7 with him. And they just, it's as if like they've never played floor 7 before. They just absolutely throw the run. They die like 6 times, and yeah, they're just awful.
So the next one is the Rager. So you'll see them in chat sometimes. They'll talk about getting scammed or whatever. They're yelling at everyone. They're just mad at life. Or if you're in a VC with them, it's freaking hilarious. Like Glitch Ghosty, the man himself. Oh man, it's amazing. So something bad will happen in Skyblock. Like they won't get a drop they like, or they don't have enough money to buy a drop in dungeons. And they will just freaking full out start yelling. They'll be like, I'm gonna quit next week. I'm done with this game. This game's garbage. I'm IRL trading everything I have away. Then they'll leave every Discord server they have. They'll freaking delete their profile. And then a month later, they will rejoin everything, and they'll be like, yeah, I don't know what happened, man. And then 57 seconds later, once they get back into the game, they're like, oh my god, I just dropped in the lava bucket, fell into the bridge, and lost 100 coins on my new profile. It's just on, and they're just raging hard.
Alright, the next type of player is the anal player. Now, the anal player shares a lot of characteristics with the Rager, but specifically, they get annoyed over things that really don't matter. So this is the type of person who will watch a YouTube video that says something is better, and most times it is, but they are so stuck to that perception that no matter what, everything has to be that way. So for example, right, we have this guy, Jerry Simp, right? So we'll be doing floor 2 speed runs. Keep in mind, we can all do floor 7 fairly consistently. So it's a joke. And someone will play healer or something, and he'll say, play tank, tank's better than healer. Like, yeah, true, tank is better than healer. But bruh, it's floor 2. It doesn't freaking matter, bro. So, they'll just do things like that. They'll be like, they'll see something on YouTube or something that says something's better, and they only go like that. And, yeah, they only do the things that they think are best, no matter how inconvenient it is.
So the next one is the weird player. This is the guy you see rolling around and you're like, holy frick, this guy must be insane at the game. You see him in full Legion 5 shark armor, recommed, submerged, it's got fumings, all the good stuff. And you're like, this guy, his net worth must be like 10 bill. And then you go into his profile and you see, that's the only armor set this man owns. And you think, what a Chad, this man has wasted his entire net worth on fishing. It's the weird guy in the corner who's just a pro gamer at some random skill no one cares about. Or the guy who's like, I have an extra 100 million foraging XP on top of foraging 50. And you look at him and you think, bro, you have the max setup and it's literally less than Kingslayer's net worth. What are you doing? Just one of the nerds who maxes out a skill that's total garbage to have max, and you should max with minions. Or just not even touch at all. Just the weird guy in the corner that no one likes to hang out with. Because he's like, hey bro, you want to hang out on Tuesday? Yeah, sure bro. What do you want to do? You want to forage on Hypixel Skyblock? No.
Alright, speaking of that, next guy is the Forager. So, all of these guys are weird guys, but not all weird guys are Foragers. So, yeah, it's just a person with foraging 50. They just flex on everyone. They're like number 10 in the world in foraging. And they're like, they just run around the hubs, like, flexing on everyone, and everyone's like, bro, I could buy the max foraging setup, and I started playing a week ago. Or, bro, foraging 50 is like the most useless thing to have max. So, yeah, basically just someone who has max level foraging, and, yeah, just complete loser, lunatic, insane. They probably belong in an insane asylum.
Alright, and the Forager who's foraging 50, so he goes in chat and he's like, hey bro, but I get like triple drops on trees, bro. And we're all like, no one cares. And he's like, but I get an extra 14 strength after 300 hours of grinding, bro. Someone's like, I just bought a talisman for 500 coins that gives the same thing. He's like, shut up, bro. And he's just ball wash.
Alright, boys, so next up is the idiot. This is just a person who's just a complete moron, bro. They'll be the type of person to get scammed like 5 times in a week and not learn from their lesson. They're the type of person who, they ask someone, like, oh, how much is a Necron handly worth? And they're like, oh my god, this guy's a complete moron. And they tell you it's worth 5 mil, and then they put it up on the age for 5 mil, you know? A lot of times these guys will be super lucky, and then they'll just throw it all away because of their ignorance. These people are, like, straight up, like, room temperature IQ, extremely stupid. They're proof that human evolution is going backwards, and, yeah, they're definitely not the pinnacle of human evolution at all. They just do stupid stuff for stupid reasons and get stupid results.
The next category is chat spammers. It's a very broad category. There's the guys who are like, hey, bid on my AH, and then I'll give you all of my e-girl water. Or the guys who are like, hey, bid on my AH, different colors for, is Technoblade gonna die or is he gonna survive? And then everyone just cusses them out in the chat because they're freaking dingus. Or the guys who are like, hey, join my Discord, join my website, bro. You'll make like 300 million an hour and you only have to pay 300 bucks IRL. Those type of dinguses. Even the ones who are like, I'm quitting Skyblock, bid on my age. Sure you are, buddy. Sure. Just those general chat spammers, the reason that I've / ignored over like 100 people because they're all bump flunklers. So yeah, just those.
I promise we're almost done. Only a few left. So this is the guy who only plays Skyblock like once every month or once every 2 weeks, and just hops on, collects the minions. When their friends ask him if they still play Skyblock, they'll be like, yes. You know? So they kind of play Skyblock, they kind of don't. They pretty much just hop on for like 20 minutes every month just to collect the minions and just stockpile a bunch of stuff, and then eventually an update comes out that they're interested in and they just blow it all on the best weapon, only for it to shoot down in price weeks later, and then they're like, well, I just lost all that, I quit again. So yeah.
Alright boys, so the next one is the Beggar. And we have an example of it right here, right at spawn, 655 health. His name is A74H. And so he's trade requesting me over and over, saying in chat, man's got a Hyperion. Lucky. You're one of many, bro. Yeah, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me to get you money. Nah, bro. Or the guys who just AFK at map, like Marty6777. About 10 minutes ago, this guy was saying, can anyone give me stuff in chat? Oh my god, A74H just friend requested me. You know the type of people I'm talking about, the freaking beggars. What?
Alright boys, thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe if you're new, and if you're not new, still like and subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, then still hit the subscribe button, because it'll unsubscribe you. It's pretty OP. But yeah, anyways, that's the video, and we worked extremely hard on this. No, I'm just kidding, we spent like 20 minutes. And the reason why is because a lot of these people are directly from our Discord. So if you guys want to join the Discord and experience some of these people firsthand, you should join it. Links in the description. And yeah, that's about it. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.